Hey, it's Rav. You're watching Real Investments, the hottest real estate investment show in the world. That's right, I said it. I don't care who knows it. We've got a great show for you. Get your pen out, your paper, take lots of notes, because we're going to learn how to make over 25, 30, 35, 40, sometimes 50% return annually by investing in real estate. And the specific topic today is investing in rent-to-own opportunities, lease-to-own opportunities, all that kind of good stuff. My good friend Andrew MacDonald is here with us to teach us how you can do that. Andrew, it's great to have you on the show.
Hey, thanks for having me back.
Yes, it's great to have you on the show. And last time you were here, it was a different kind of terminology. You were called Ownership Solutions.
Yeah.
Now we put a little prefix in there. It's getting so big. Your accountant told you that you should incorporate and do this and do that. So congratulations on an expanding business. But you're helping lots of people. You're having fun?
Yeah, exactly. And I had to differentiate the name, so I added the ACM. That was the simplest way to just get it done and back to business.
Now ACM, was that or am I thinking CCM? I'm thinking hockey sticks. I'm thinking bicycles when I was young. Is there another terminology for ACM?
No, it's just my
there's that big networking.
ACM, that's just my initials, and I threw it in front of there so I could get back to work.
You know what I was thinking about? There's a big networking company.
Oh, ACN.
ACN,
yeah.
Yes, but no. And what's the C?
The C is Charles.
Charles.
Yeah.
Andrew Charles MacDonald.
Yeah, everyone knows the middle name now. It's out there.
Yes, nice.
Yeah.
And your wife is active in the real estate world as well. She's buying and selling homes for people, and then you kind of help people who can't afford to buy a home right now or are not in the position to buy a home right now. You help them get a solution for home ownership. Is that basically, in a nutshell, if somebody was to come up to you in a coffee shop and they say, hey, what do you do for a living, what would you say?
I would say basically I help people who can't qualify for a mortgage now get ready to do that and put them in a home while they do it.
And that's on the tenant owning side of things. And then you also have the other half of the business where you're helping investors. And so really on this show, Real Investments, you're helping investors make great returns. And I said it on the intro here, really the returns are, when I've done them, and I know you've done them personally, returns can be upwards of 40, 50, even larger per year return on their money as an investor.
Well, I think back in the good old days when we could do 5% down for rental properties and leverage it a bit further, that was probably the case. Now we're looking more around 25% a year.
25%.
I mean, still, that's a fantastic return.
No, that's a fantastic return, and I know you are quite conservative. If you're saying 25%, that's a conservative number. They could be even higher.
It could be, but we want to under-promise.
Of course. So don't hear anything that we said right here, because we're going to under-promise, over-deliver. You can make 25% returns by getting into this world of investing in rent-to-owns on the investor side, but also if you're a tenant and you're looking to try to get into a home, this is the show to watch. So make sure you get your pen out, your paper out. Andrew, how has it been in the last 12 months, the last couple of years? I mean, you've been doing this for a few years now. How long?
Yeah, just over 3 years. So some of our initial tenants are now starting to exit their program, and with good success, I would say. Yeah. So it's been just over 3 years, and we're starting to see those exits. But over the years, it's sort of slowly started to ramp up. I left my full-time job just to pursue this type of strategy, and we're having good results so far. Yeah, no, that's fantastic. And as the investor, am I investing in the entire nation, all over? Is it mostly Ontario? Is it mostly GTA? Where are you finding the best opportunities for the investor? So I would say this strategy works all across Canada, but we only work here in Ontario. Okay. And then in terms of areas that work really well, in Toronto the prices are starting to get a little bit expensive, so it's tough for us to go up beyond sort of the $500,000 mark. Yeah. Just because funding partners will have trouble actually qualifying to purchase that kind of a property. So what we find works well are kind of the areas on the outskirts of Toronto, so Oshawa, Durham area works really well, Kitchener, Waterloo, Cambridge, Hamilton. We've done a couple in London, Ontario, like Barrie, Orillia, all those sort of areas within a 2-hour drive. Kind of an hour, 2-hour drive outside of the core. This strategy works well. And again, it's a win-win strategy for the investor and for the tenant that's going to become a homeowner within a year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever the set determined amount of time is. Yeah, and it's really important we can get them qualified at the end, so we don't want to be taking people and putting them in million-dollar homes, because it's just going to make it a little tougher to get out, and it's tougher for the investor, it's riskier for everyone. So we find that win-win range is kind of between 150 and 500,000 in some of those smaller cities around Toronto. Yeah, well, I did a couple of them, and they worked out very well for me, and mine were in the 200 to 300 range, I believe. Is that what you would kind of find the average? What's the average today? This was a few years ago. What's the average today in terms of the kind of purchase price
that the investor would be purchasing the property and then the tenant to assume?
So I'm thinking on the deals we've done so far. So the lowest we've done was 112,000. The highest was 445. We've looked at deals over 500.
Yeah.
But really, kind of the price that you pointed out there, 200,000 to 300,000. That's like a good entry-level house in some of those secondary markets, and that tends to work really well for rent-to-own because if anything goes wrong, the investor has the protection knowing, okay, I could rent this out as a single-family rental, and it's very affordable for the client to actually purchase it at the end. So that 200,000 to 300,000 range is really where we do a lot of deals.
Okay, great. Well, I look forward to the show, and I look forward to learning lots more. Remember those 4 questions as well. What's the risk? What's the return? All that kind of good stuff. We'll talk about it here when we go to the break. But paper, pen, we're going to learn how to make money investing in real estate. Don't go anywhere. Andrew C. MacDonald is here to teach us all this kind of good stuff. We'll continue in just a moment. Thanks for watching. Whenever you're considering investing in real estate, always ask 4 questions to start. Number 1, what is the return on my investment? Number 2, when do I get that return along with the money I put in? Number 3, what is the minimum cash amount needed? And number 4, what is the risk, the worst case scenario?